Well, folks, the election, I don't know if you know this, just a couple days away now, and it's going to come down to a handful of swing states. So unfortunately, if you don't live in those swing states, nobody really cares about your vote. And that's a horrible thing to say, but when you think about it, that actually is the reality in which we're living. Because of the Electoral College, if you're not in one of those 7 swing states, you've been virtually ignored by all candidates. And that's really, really crappy. But that's not what I'm here to talk about right now. What I'm here to talk about right now is the fact that it is going to come down to those swing states. And in Nevada, which is a swing state, a very, not necessarily crucial one, but it's important. And one of the biggest papers in Nevada, the Las Vegas Sun, came out with an editorial this week where they absolutely torched Donald Trump as being, in their words, cognitively crippled. Here is what the paper wrote. The editorial board of the paper wrote. Americans from both sides of the political spectrum should be alarmed by Trump's words and behavior. The nation must confront the fact that beyond his hateful character, he is crippled cognitively and showing clear signs of mental illness. They then cited as an example a recent disjointed monologue in New Hampshire where he rambled about the perceived injustices he faced and then segued into a rant about windmills causing cancer. They continued, "This is not an isolated incident. Trump's rally speeches over the past 8 years have become darker, longer, more profane, and increasingly unfocused and unhinged, a troubling sign that he is no longer able to articulate ideas or reason in ways we expect of our leaders. This makes him prey to manipulations by his own staff or, worse, the control of foreign adversaries. He shambles about aimlessly, slurs his words, and sometimes speaks gibberish. Always an effortless liar. Now that his speeches are nothing more than a series of lies tangled in a mess inside his head, it appears he no longer even knows he's lying." Now, this was just a sample of what they wrote. But it's brilliant. And you know why it's brilliant? Not just because they're out there saying it, but because what they're doing is actually echoing what mental health professionals and linguistic experts have been telling us for several weeks now. The speeches, the rallies, the way he is handling himself up on those stages, those are signs of what is going on inside his head. Multiple outlets talking to experts have told us about the darkness that Donald Trump has descended into. The New York Times actually did an analysis of Donald Trump's posts on Truth Social over the last few months, maybe even year, where they showed that he has gone to a darker place. He is more involved in conspiracy theories, retweeting or retruthing, it's called, some of the most absolutely absurd conspiracies you've ever seen. His profanity used to be back in the day, 2015, 2016, his rallies, guy wouldn't utter a curse word. Now, he does it all the time. He does it just flagrantly, almost for dramatic effect. Something has changed in him to where he thinks that this is what he needs to be. And then, of course, the lying. He doesn't even know that he lies anymore. I genuinely believe that when they say it too. He lies with such ease. It's like breathing for him. To the point where I honestly don't think he knows that these are lies. Sometimes he doesn't know that he's telling a lie. Other times he's said the lie so many times he actually does believe it. That's what we're dealing with here. That is the danger of Donald Trump. Just one of the many dangers of Donald Trump that the paper points out. So hopefully in Nevada, this has an impact. Hopefully people read this editorial and understand what is on the ballot on Tuesday. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.